Hello and welcome back to Yoga with Michelle. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, even a tutorial. It's been even about a week and a half since I posted my last meditation. As most of you hopefully are doing, we have been kind of taking a step back from social media just to really reflect and work on a few things, sign petitions, support businesses run by African Americans, support the Black Lives Matter movement. One thing I do want to say that social media silence does not mean silence across the board, right? So this week is a special week. It is the summer solstice. It's my parents' anniversary. It's my birthday. It's Father's Day. There's a whole lot of things going on. So I want to wish all of you happy Father's Day and happy summer solstice. Hopefully you're all still hanging in there during this time. So today, actually is by a request from a friend of mine who is a runner, I'm going to do an athletic recovery yoga. So it's going to be a little bit slower. Now, I did just do almost a 5-mile walk today, so I am in desperate need of some athletic recovery. This is a great practice to do either after something more intense where you really just need to stretch it out, or if this is sort of your rest day and you need to recover. So we'll go ahead and get started seated. So make sure you're sitting up really tall. If you feel like your pelvis is sort of tilting this way or tilting this way, sort of place something up underneath your hips so that your spine is nice and long and then in a neutral position. Just go ahead and slightly bring your belly in just for some support. We're going to start with some joint mobilization. Just circling the wrists in one direction and circle in the other direction. Now, I heard a few years ago at a workshop that it's actually beneficial to do 7 rotations at a minimum to really get the fluids going through the joints to create a lot of that mobility. So 7 rotations minimum. You can do up to 10, sort of whatever works for you. So I'm kind of circling from the elbows. Now, hands on the shoulders, and just take some big circles back. So still keeping that core engaged, just opening up through the chest, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Always breathing here. And let's reverse that rotation. So we'll just do 7 here. And then the breathing is just natural for this practice. So we're not going to do the Ujjayi Pranayama or any other breath practice, just a natural inhale and exhale. Go ahead and shake that out. So we're going to bring one arm across the chest, relax the shoulder, and then pull that in. So for a lot of us, we create a lot of tension in our upper body and our shoulders. I know for me, just living and working, I really need to stretch this area out. And then release that, and then take it to the other side. So sometimes you might see people do this. You want to really relax that shoulder blade down the back to get the stretch through the shoulder and then through the arm as well. And then release. I'll take that opposite arm, grab the elbow, and then really work that up. So still keeping that neutral spine, core is gently engaged, crown of the head is lifting. And release, just go ahead and switch sides, get that tricep, but it also really gets more into that shoulder here. And then release. Now we're going to work with the neck, fingertips gently to the mat. Inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, just take one ear to one shoulder. Now you don't want to really lean over. You still want to be neutral. Go ahead and walk the opposite fingers out. You'll really feel it here. I actually feel it all the way down into my wrists. Great stretch. Now keep these fingers here, and begin to look to where that armpit. Begin to walk the fingers out a little bit more. Get that stretch. Then to the side and back up to the other side. Keeping the torso upright, walk those fingers out, get that stretch. Oh, so good. Especially after a long week of working. Gaze toward that armpit, walk the fingers out, especially if you sit all day or working at a desk. This is a nice recovery for a Saturday. Take a breath in as you exhale, chin comes to your chest. Just breathing here and then relax. Now, gentle side stretch. So you can bring the fingertips to the mat or you can lean all the way over. I do ask if you feel like you're sort of crunching in this opposite come back up to the fingertips. So you're going to be long through both side bodies as you get this side stretch, keeping both sits bones really rooted down into the earth. Rotate the pinky down to the ground, shoulder away from the ear. Inhale through center and exhale to the other side. So all of those same things, sits bones rooted down. The heart is lifting. You don't have to look up underneath that armpit, especially if that does not feel great for the body today. And let's inhale, come up. So we're going to make our way into our tabletop position. So we're just going to do a few little warm-up stretches here before we get into some of the deeper hip work. So hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart for your cow pose. As you exhale, chin to chest, navel in for cat. Now, if your feet do not come flat comfortably, go ahead and tuck the toes. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We've got one more here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. Lift the hips up and back. You might need to walk the feet back a little bit. We're just going to pedal out here. Stretching out through the calves and even getting into those hamstrings. So for this practice, it doesn't matter how it looks. It's really just how it feels in the body. So you can shake the head yes and no. Now coming to neutral, we're going to lift that left leg up, bend the knees, stack the hips, and rotate the ankle. Oh yeah, feels really great. Inhale, straighten, exhale, down. Same thing with that right leg. Inhale, lift, bend the knees, stack the hips, but try to keep those shoulders square. Inhale, straighten, exhale. Now slowly walk to the front of the mat. Feet are hip width distance, and then just come to a ragdoll. Opposite hand comes to opposite elbow and sway gently. Just gently getting into those hamstrings. If your hamstrings are super tight, bend the knees. So if your hamstrings are really tight, you might often have issues in your sciatic nerve, even in your low back. Release the arms and slowly begin to roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and head kind of flat. So we're going to keep warming up the body with 4 sun breaths. So super modification. Inhale, begin to lift the arms as you exhale. Dive out, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Maybe the hands come to the shins or right above the knee. You can even bend the knees here. Even here, I'm feeling that nice stretch to the hamstrings. Flat back as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So we got that 3 more times, breath to movement. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reverse that spine dive. Exhale, hands to the heart. So 2 more times with your own breath. So I know for a lot of people, stretching is sort of not on their radar, or even if they do stretch, it's more of an active stretch and almost more like a workout than a stretch. It's really important to get deep into muscles, into the connective tissue of the body, to really create a lot of mobility in the body, and then to reduce injury later on. Awesome job. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms, exhale, fold forward. Now this time, we're just going to step that right leg back, lower down onto, not necessarily the right knee, but right above that right kneecap, and sink the hips. Oh yeah, so I'm really feeling this in the inner thighs, and the hip flexors. So we're just going to hang out here. Now if this is way too much, you put blocks on either side, you put books on either side, you just bring the ground up closer to you. So lifting the heart, breathe your way to flow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, send those hips back. So we're getting a nice hamstring stretch. Inhale forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, sink all the way down. And that nice stretch. We'll do a lot of stretches on one side, we'll switch to the other side. So begin to walk the hands up to the knee, sink the hips, but don't just drop, right? So you're still engaging a little bit through that low belly, through the inner thighs. Begin to reach the arms up. So this is an active stretch. Now the left hand's going to come to that left knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, reach that right arm up and over. So you're getting a deeper stretch through the side body as well as through the iliopsoas. Inhale. As you exhale, come down, plant that right hand, and then just twist over to the left. Oh, yeah. Inhale, come back through center, and as you exhale, send the hips back, flex the front foot, really square off. So now you're getting a deeper stretch through the hamstring. You can fall farther, you go right ahead. You just take this to wherever it feels comfortable. And come forward, plant the hands, tuck the toes, step back, downward facing dog. So maybe you pedal it out, shake it out. We're going to come to the other side. So just step that right foot forward, sink the hips, and take your time settling in here. So maybe you shift side to side, adjust. Make sure your front knee is right in line with that ankle. You don't want it to go too far past. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, sink it back. So just warming up the muscles before we sink deeper. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more here. Inhale. Exhale. Of course, you modify whatever works for you. Inhale. Exhale. So inhale, come back through center. We're going to walk the hands up to the knees. So again, we're sinking low, getting that stretch, but still engaging. Begin to lift the arms, relax the shoulders. Now that right hand comes to that right knee. Inhale, lift up and over to the right with that left hand. So just like we do with our side stretch in the beginning, that pinky rotates down, opening through the hips. And then keep the right hand on the knee. Left hand comes down and begin to twist open. And yeah, for me, this gets deeper into my iliopsoas of the opposite leg. Inhale, come through center, and exhale, send the hips back. Square the hips. So we're not sitting all the way back. I actually find that if I sit all the way back on my heel, I don't get a deep stretch in my hamstring. So some people think, oh, well, I'm sinking really low. Yeah, but how effective is the stretch really? So maybe you play around with flexing or pointing the foot. If you point the foot, it just gets a little bit more through the shin, and maybe that's what you need today. You're going to come forward, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Once again, you're just going to come to the knees and come to a seated position. So Janu Sirsasana here, head to knee pose. Extend that left leg forward, right leg pulls in. So we're going to square off over, and we're just going to fold. Now, of course, wherever you are, you do what you can do. I like to actually crisscross my hands here to really square off the shoulders. So we'll do a few stretches on one side before we go to the other. On every inhale, feel that length. Every exhale, get a little bit deeper. And maybe you just close your eyes here and just notice the body. Envisioning the breath, just loosening up those muscles, creating more space, more health, more mobility. And as you inhale, come all the way up. We're just going to twist over to the right, sitting up nice and tall. Just a gentle twist. And inhale, come back through center. So we're going to keep the left leg as it is. Now this right leg is a little bit tricky. We're going into a half frog, getting deeper into the inner thighs. So we're going to pick up that right leg, hold on to the ankle, and then you're going to take it back. So you have this 90-degree angle right here. Now, if this is enough of a stretch, you stay here. If you need a little bit more, walk your hands forward. And so you'll really feel it. I usually feel it most in this bent leg, but it gets deeper into the inner thighs. So again, you still want to be engaging through that low belly, through your pelvic floor. Maybe you walk out even more. So we'll just be here for 3 more deep breaths. Always relaxing the shoulders, soften the face. So sometimes I see people stretch and they're just, tensing up. That's the opposite of what we want to do. We really want to just relax and melt into these stretches as much as possible. So we come out, we pick up that back leg, extend it out, then shake out the legs, just a soft forward fold here. Flex the feet, inhale, sit up, and as you exhale, fold. Again, any amount. Maybe you grab behind the calves, the feet, maybe you can get a hold of the toes. If you have a strap at home or a belt, you go and loop that around your feet. Sometimes people still feel the stretch if they bend the knees, and that's fine. I personally don't feel it as much through the back of my hamstring. And inhale, sit up. Now Janu Shirsasana on the other side. So straighten that right leg. That left leg pulls in. Inhale, sit up, and as you exhale, fold any amount. So we'll be here for about 5 deep breaths. Again, just take your time. Ease into it. Close your eyes. Maybe you have some soft music, some classical music playing to really help ease you into this. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, sit up, and as you exhale, just take that twist over to the left. Shoulders relaxed. Deep breathing. Then inhale, come back through center. So that half frog, I'm going to actually turn this way to demonstrate. So that right leg is out, that left leg, you grab that knee, you open it up. So you create a nice 90-degree angle here. You flex that left foot and then fold forward. So this is my tighter side. I can't go down as far on this side, and I even feel it up here in my quadriceps. Oh man, so good. Screaming just a little, but it's a good scream. Okay, every inhale, find that length. Every exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Just 2 more deep breaths here before we go back into that forward fold. Inhale, sit up, pick up that leg and extend the legs out. Maybe you move the flesh away from the sits bones, shake out the legs. Inhale, sit up, and as you exhale, gently folding forward. So you might even feel this all the way up through the back, and that's okay, just as long as it's no pinching or numbing in the body. So just listening to where your body is. And as you inhale, come up, we're going to make our way down onto the back. So hug the knees into the chest. Just rock gently side to side, massaging that low back. Now coming back to center, hands on the knees, take 7 circles, again, getting all of those good synovial fluids through the joints. Take the circles in one way. If you notice a spot on your low back where you really need to just stay and kind of work out a muscle, please do so. Let's do 2 more in this direction. And then we're going to reverse the circles. So again, just notice, maybe for me, it's my left side. My left side is always the side that I need to give a little bit more love to. For you, maybe it's your right side, or even just the center of your low back. Just be aware. Now let's come back to center. We're going to plant the feet on the floor for reclined pigeon stretch. So cross that right ankle, over that left knee. Maybe you stay here, just push that right knee away, or you can hug the figure 4 in. Hold behind that left thigh, or maybe even around the left shin. Relaxing the tailbone, you should feel a great stretch all through the seat of that right leg, keeping that right foot flexed to protect the knee. And if it feels okay, maybe you rotate that left ankle in one direction, maybe you rotate it in the other. You can flex and point, wiggle the toes, crack some knuckles, whatever works. And then begin to release that down, switching to the other side. So again, maybe you just stay here pressing that left knee, or you hug in, behind the thigh, around the shin. There's some pops there. Maybe you rotate the ankle, flex and point, whatever you need, and softening through the face. And even here is a great place where you could use a strap and loop the strap through to really help get a deeper stretch here. And then hug the knees into the chest. Once again, we're going to rock forward and back 3 times, massaging the spine, 2 and 3. Right, so hopefully that felt really good in the body. It was a super short athletic recovery. I'm going to be doing a few more, kind of putting them into more of the easier beginner yoga practices. I hope you have a wonderful day. I am going to close with a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he says, "Men or women succeed when they realize that their failures are the preparation for their victories. So we'll close with 3 deep breaths. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. The light in me sees the light in each of you. Namaste.